Hello there, Peter Wilson here again. Never been on for a while, with it being the holiday period. Although I'm back at the gym. I was there last night and then tonight, but only short sessions just to keep the kids occupied over their holiday period. But I have been busy. So I've just been down to the post office there to drop off my lasting power of attorney applications. Been taking ages to get them filled in and witnessed and everything. You have to get it all witnessed in the correct way and in the correct order. You know, you can't do it wrong, so you've got to be careful and get the dates all correct and everything. So I've done it for me and for Janine on the property as well as health and wellness. So you've got to make sure that you do both and that you put your instructions on it correctly. So obviously, like, you know, the instructions, if I'm ever not allowed to be left at all with any Nazi hit squad staff. Never to be left alone with any of them, ever. You know, in case you end up getting like unconscious or something and end up, you know, in hospital, and you want to make sure that nothing bad's going to happen. So, you know, I don't want anybody like that being in charge of me. And that's on there. That's actually on there. Now, if you go into a hospital, you don't know what will happen. I'm driving here, could get hit by a car. So you want to make sure that your instructions are clear and that you have a lasting power of attorney, i.e. somebody who will look after your interests if you cannot speak. So get it sorted now. All right, if you haven't already done it. It takes ages. You know, once you actually pay for it, you pay for it online. It's £82 per application. But then and I can't remember how many weeks it is. Then you've got, like, you know, once you've actually paid for it online, before you actually have to have the application forms in. But you've got to get the application forms filled in correctly and signed correctly in the correct order and everything like that. So it's like a little bit of a long-winded process, but you've got to get it done ASAP. You know, it's the only thing that the hospital staff will pay attention to. You know, if you haven't got that there and you're, you know, someone who goes into hospital, like whoever you walk in with, and they can't speak for yourself, I'm on about, you know, if you're unconscious or something like that, or, you know, you can't speak through not being well or anything, you know, even your husband or wife or partner, any of them that walk in, they'll not take any notice of them, whatever they say, if you haven't got a lasting power of attorney. You know, they do not care. All right, so get it sorted. And also for like your property, so if you've got your own property and somehow you end up, you know, I know someone who actually got sectioned themselves for their own safety, got put into a home, and they just used everything of hers, all of the money out of the bank, everything to pay for that care home. You know, and I know people who've like had the houses taken off them, sold the house to pay for the care home. All right. So this lasting power of attorney stop on property as well as finance and property, stops all that. And the other one, you know, for health and wellness, that stops anything happening to you don't want. So we're getting in there, you know, doing anything to you, you know, getting things shoved where you don't want them. You know what I'm saying? All right. Or getting stabbed or anything like that. Okay, so that's what I've just done. It took ages to get it all done properly, but I've sent them off there now, and then I think it takes about 4 to 6 weeks before it comes back, and you get a certificate, you see, and then that certificate stands up, and that's what you need. This is government forms. They're all government forms. You have to be filled in correctly. It's just the way it is. Now, even if you're living in a private and you're putting yourself in a private trust, which you should be, right, you need that sorted out as well. So you're covering both sides, you know. Like I say all the time, you can wear your different hats. You can dip in and out, public, private, whatever it needs to be. Sometimes you can take the title if it is a benefit to you. All right, it definitely is the way to go, you know. And some of the top people that I know that have been working in the private field for many years, I agree with that completely as well. You know, and they've been in the private for many years, making all like of their donations in the private, not paying any tax on anything like that, because it's all donations in the private, and they are a man. Okay, so and they dip in and out of public and private when it needs to be. Okay, take that on board. So I've been working on loads, even though we've been shut down at the gym. I've been on the laptop, been doing tons of work on the Private Members Association, the Articles of Association to set up the Private Members Association. So that's what the gym now is, and what you should all be setting yours up as, which I'll be getting up on the members site soon. And we're also nearly finished our paperwork for the private trust as well. So you can have your own private trust and have your Private Members Association, the PMA, inside the members trust as well. So everything's going in private and in a trust. You know, it's just the extra layers of protection to protect you from everything that's going on around you. So I'm busy working on like a video at the minute that I'm going to do, which is like going back, right the way back, showing how they created the City of London, why they created the City of London, why did they want it to have that city-state in London, you know. The one that did the same with the Vatican and the same with Washington DC, the 3 power bases that they have. But the London one, right, it all came from the Vatican, the popes, and the popes, the video I'm going to be showing you, it shows you they were all either from the 13 families of the black nobility or controlled by them. So the popes were either that family, from that family, or were controlled by that family, and that's how they actually got the City of London set up. I mean, I've got a lot of information, and we're going to divulge all the different treaties that were set up and broken, and how they actually got created. You know, very interesting stuff. But it helps so when you get people who come and say, oh, that couldn't be right, that couldn't be true, the governments wouldn't be working together across the world, you know, why would the governments like want to harm you? And you know, of course, this thing that's happening right now is all real because, you know, governments are not that clever. You know, and it's like, you know, one day, like, you know, Doris didn't just wake up and decide that he was gonna like create like this craziness. You know, this has been going on for thousands of years, and it's been organized for thousands of years. So it's hilarious when you hear people say that this is impossible, that couldn't work, you know, and they're not, you don't realize how big this is, how enormous this whole situation is, and what we're actually up against here. And it goes way back and way up above our heads. So, you know, the reason why I love history, and I love going over it and going back with it, but it helps to actually show people, look, this isn't just a one-off thing that's happened, and then, you know, so we're not crazy, you know, like by saying that these people are all working together. They're controlled, completely controlled. They're all handpicked, were from birth, right? It's all been set up that way. So I'll get that video up on there soon as well. But I just thought I'd say a quick hello, because I've been on for ages, obviously, with everything else going on. So take care, everybody, and when we're moving into the new year, or God knows what year it really is for real, and we've got some good videos coming up about the limited company that we're gonna do. I've got Aidan coming back on and helping out with that. So I'll see you all later, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.